Hello everyone, it's Mega Champ again. February is finally here. Of course, it's been here for 5 days now as of this recording. But, you know, my new job has been kind of overwhelming me recently, but that's my problem, not yours. I'll deal with it. I don't know if this is something I'm going to do consistently. I'm always back and forth when it comes to things that I do and videos that I make and that stuff, but some things have been going on recently in gaming and other things for February, so I figured I would just combine everything into this one video. I don't know if this is something I'm gonna do consistently from now on. Like I said, maybe. It depends on what I feel like doing or if there's anything of interest to talk about, obviously, but we'll see. But now that the quote-unquote death month, which is January, is over, gaming news and gaming stuff, and I guess news in general for media, should pick up again soon, hopefully, or definitely within this month. So that's always good and nice, because, you know, it can get very dragging when, you know, there's nothing of interest going on, I suppose. But so there have been a couple of things going on and are about to happen in February. So let's discuss a couple of them here real quick. The first obvious thing I'm gonna discuss is this. I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh. I didn't make a video about this initially when it came out because, well, I mean, come on, let's not be foolish here. I mean, yes, it's true, I do follow Pokemon rumors and leaks, or whatever you want to call them, and a lot of it does come from this location. I mean, other locations too, but a lot of it is there. And once in a blue moon, 4chan's information, quote-unquote information, can actually end up turning out correct. But like I just said, it only happens every once in a blue moon, and not often at all, and more times than not, it's incorrect. So this came out a couple weeks ago, almost a month ago from this, 22 days ago, about a Final Fantasy event happening on February 7th, and today is February 5th. So yeah, this has about one more day before it turns out incorrect, although the reason why I didn't cover it was because of how obviously incorrect it was, because of the location of where it originated, which is, of course, 4chan. And the reason why it's so incorrect is because of stuff like of what this claims would be announced during said event that is clearly not happening, and how clearly incorrect this is. And that's because supposedly this claimed that basically Final Fantasy IX Remake, World of Final Fantasy II, which, don't get me wrong, I would pop off about, but and Final Fantasy X-3 would all be announced and revealed. And I mean, if something like this was true, you'd hear a very loud sound from me, and that would be me fainting. Because of how insane all of this would be, especially World of Final Fantasy II. But, I mean, World of Final Fantasy II is basically just another thing added to my pipe dream list. So that's why this is so incorrect and where the location came from. And obviously it's February 5th, which means this has one more day of being confirmed true, because most places or most events apparently only are given 24 to 48 hours notice before they happen. So I don't know why that is. It didn't used to be that way. It used to be a 1 week advance notice, but that's no longer the case anymore. So, but we can all pretty much assume that this is not true now, because this only has one more day of being confirmed true. And as everyone has stated, this is mostly kind of like a wish list and not really, something that's actually going to happen. Like, this is someone's wish list, and it's a pretty good wish list, I'll say that much, but clearly it's not going to happen. So, but technically this has one more day before it could potentially happen or be confirmed to be happening, but considering the source of it, we can all pretty much assume it's not happening. The other thing we obviously need to talk about here is the rumors going around about the Nintendo Direct. There are a bunch of different reports and rumors, or however you want to put it, about when it's going to be and when it's going to take place. Some are saying this week on February 7th, which is Tuesday. Apparently most of the time they do stuff on Wednesdays, but I don't know if there's anything we have learned by now. It's that events are going to take place whenever they feel like taking place, and companies are going to put them whenever they feel like putting them. So it's a very bizarre situation and unknown in terms of when it will actually happen, but some are saying this week, some are saying next week. If it happens on the 7th, I'm kind of SOL, because I have to work that day until 4 p.m. my time zone, so it's going to be a very long day for me if it takes place on that day, which is why it would be better if it took place the next day, because I'm off that day. But it'll take place whenever it takes place. I mean, I don't really have my expectations up for anything anymore, but there's nothing that really interests me all that much from Nintendo anymore, now that a lot of stuff that I am interested in has finally come out. I mean, maybe they will confirm a solid release date for that Detective Raincode game from the Danganronpa developers that looks like Danganronpa and Persona 5 fused together. They may put out confirm a solid release date for that. And then if you've noticed, with all of the Square Enix HD 2D games, Octopath Traveler, Triangle Strategy, Live Alive, they've all put out demos for every single one of them at some point. So that's probably going to happen for Octopath Traveler 2, and yes, I will play the demo, but I'm probably going to wait until after I finish Tales of Xillia, which I still haven't finished because, I have a job now and it's hard to find time to play games, but obviously, I mean, I will play it. I'll probably use it as a buffer between Tales of Xillia and Tales of Xillia 2, just so I don't get too, overwhelmed by too much Tales of. But I played Symphonia and the Symphonia sequel back to back without a buffer last year, and I was fine. So, but it doesn't really matter all that much. And the trailers for Octopath Traveler have me confused as hell, because initially it seemed like, the characters were going to interact more and all of the characters' stories were connected to one another, but the recent trailers they've been putting out have not made that, have pretty much contradicted all of that, I feel, if you've watched them. So I have no idea what the hell is going on. It's not a good look, if you ask me. It has me extremely worried about it being another massive disappointment. I still feel obligated to play it because I played the first game, so I'm still probably gonna play it. But let's just say I don't have a good feeling right now about it, and it may end up being another disappointment of the year. Oh god, the shitstorm, I see it coming now. But I hope that doesn't happen, okay? I don't, but I just don't. It's not really a good look right now. I mean, other than that, I don't know what else will happen at the Nintendo Direct. Hopefully, Hollow Knight Silksong will finally get a release date, and there have been rumors recently that Advanced Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp may get a shadow drop. So some of these games that need to finally come out may finally come out, and that's always good, because these games seriously need to come out at this point. But, I'm happy for people who are, want those games and to finally come out. But whatever will happen, and of course the big one, which is the game series that I don't care about at all, I'm sorry, I just don't, and that's of course Zelda with Tears of the Kingdom. That'll be the big thing, obviously, but other than that, who knows? I mean, Nintendo has surprised me before. We don't need to, summarize all that anymore, because the February Direct from last year surprised the hell out of me with the Klonoa announcement and the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 announcement. I'm not expecting that again, obviously, but, it can surprise me, and they did surprise me at the last one with the Symphonia announcement, but it was just the first game, so I'm not getting just the first game, so it's kind of a little on the ridiculous side, if you ask me, but, whatever will happen, will happen. I don't know when it is. I don't have sources. I wish I did, but you can't really believe or trust anything anymore, obviously. That's pretty much the definition of rumor, so it'll happen when it'll happen. If it gets announced for tomorrow, then we'll know for sure, but, whatever. It'll be when it'll be, pretty much. And if it is on Tuesday, I will just have to watch it after work. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll be okay, but, we'll see what happens. And, of course, I had this to start with because I didn't know what else to start with, but, of course, Digimon Con is upcoming this upcoming week. It's on Saturday. It's on here somewhere. It's Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my time zone. So obviously I will be watching it. I probably won't be streaming it. I might, go into a couple of VCs on Discord for it. But other than that, that'll be it. I may cover what happened on it if I feel like it, of course. But, I still don't have my expectations too high for this. Obviously, I mean, that I don't have my expectations high for anything anymore because I've learned far too much, far too many times. I still kind of feel like it's going to be nothing but shilling for the Digimon World Next Order Switch port, which would be a massive disappointment, but, if that's what I am expecting and that's what happens, I won't feel so, bad, or I won't feel like I completely wasted my time like I did last year, so as long as I don't have my expectations high, it'll be fine, and I don't, so it would obviously be nice if they showed something or officially revealed the next Digimon story game. If they do, I don't know if it'll have a release window. I kind of doubt it. It could. That would be shocking as well, and it'd be shocking if they even revealed and announced it. And God, would I be so happy. That goes without saying, but, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Hope for the best, expect the worst, obviously. As far as everything else, I don't know. I mean, they need, as I said during my last video about Digimon Con, they need to announce where and when the Digimon Adventure 2020 English dub is going to go, because we have not heard anything from it for pretty much a full year at this point. So they need to announce when it's going to start and where it's going to go, like in terms of where it's going to be released, whether it be Hulu, Netflix, Crunchyroll, whatever, but it needs to be announced at this point. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to assume that the English dub has been canceled, because we have not heard anything from it for a full year, so I don't know what else I'm supposed to think. So they need to say something for it and about it. We'll see, obviously, but, that's about it in terms of Digimon Con. It's good that they are doing this again, obviously, don't get me wrong. Hopefully it can become a staple, along with, you know, the yearly Pokemon stuff, although the yearly Pokemon stuff is 2 things, and Digimon only gets 1. But hey, 1 is better than 0, so, that, obviously, so. I still don't have my expectations up, but hey, you know, I'll still try to enjoy it and enjoy my time. And, you know, you never know, so. And as far as Pokemon is concerned, and Pokemon Day, which is around the end of the month, around the 27th or something like that, I guess I can do this, because, you know, this is a good thing to do, and not be prepared beforehand, but when have I ever been prepared, so, oops. I typed the wrong thing. Yeah, February 27th, so, I don't know. I mean, obviously the thing that they are more than likely going to announce is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. There have been a bunch of contradictory and conflicting rumors and quote-unquote leaks about that, about there being only 1 or 2 or 4. Who knows? I mean, time will tell. We'll find out, obviously. I mean, I still don't think it makes any sense for them to only do 1, because if they want it to last the 3-year cycle that every Pokemon generation has lasted, them only doing 1 DLC does not make any sense to me, but, you know, they're gonna do whatever the hell they want, clearly, and I still don't think they're going to change, but anything is possible, obviously. I don't know why you would think they would change now all of a sudden. Yes, the Scarlet and Violet controversy was probably the worst controversy in Pokemon possibly ever, or at least the biggest one since the initial Sword and Shield controversy, but there always seems to be some kind of controversy with Pokemon, and they haven't changed up to this point, so forgive me for thinking that they're not gonna change now. Yeah, I still don't feel any differently about that, but anything is possible, obviously, and time will tell. I don't know, obviously, but Scarlet and Violet DLC announcement goes without saying and will likely be that. Other than that, and other than the normal stuff of them putting out, you know, stuff about Pokemon Go and Cafe Remix and Unite, who knows what else? I mean, I honestly don't really see any other Pokemon thing happening this year other than Scarlet and Violet DLC, because they're gonna try to do their best to rectify the Scarlet and Violet quote-unquote situation, and in order to do that, they can't really focus on anything else to try to improve the game, so everyone will finally shut the hell up about it. So I don't really see anything else coming out in terms of Pokemon when it comes to games. If there is, I don't know, maybe another Pokemon spin-off. I mean, the only thing I could really think of is another Mystery Dungeon remake, which I probably won't play because I'm getting tired of being too frustrated with how difficult they are, and I'll just probably watch a playthrough of it, but that is a possibility, obviously. The only other thing I could see happening is maybe Detective Pikachu 2, the video game, finally coming out, because the movie got canceled, so it's the video game. Because a couple months ago, or last year, there were reports that Detective Pikachu 2 was quote-unquote finalizing and closing in on a release, so that could be something that finally happens. Otherwise, I don't really see anything else in terms of Pokemon. We're not going to see another mainline game or spin-off game, or, you know, until 2024. So basically, the next Johto remake, which is still what's next according to their pattern, which I've said before that they need to break, but if they continue with their pattern, it'll be another Johto remake, then it will be the 2024 game. But in terms of right now, I don't see anything else other than Scarlet and Violet DLC. If there is something else, it'll just be either a Mystery Dungeon remake or maybe Detective Pikachu 2. We'll see, but that's not until the end of the month anyway. Other than that, there's really not going to be anything else happening this month. I will briefly talk about PlayStation. I would not expect anything from PlayStation at all. Or Microsoft for that matter, and I don't need to say why, because them and Microsoft are acting like children having a slap fight in the schoolyard. Good God. So much for acting like adults, I guess, but whatever, I don't care anymore. They're gonna do whatever the hell they want. We've all learned that by now, so although instead of, you know, them acting like children in a schoolyard having a slap fight, they have a crap ton of money to throw around. So instead of having a slap fight in the schoolyard, they're having a lawsuit fight where they throw lawsuits at each other constantly, because that's a good time waster and a good time spender of things you could be literally doing anything else for, but, you know, whatever. I don't know, okay? I mean, there were reports that maybe there would be a third-party event for Sony, but considering the situation with Sony and Microsoft and Activision, I would not expect anything from them at all. If it happens, I will be a little legitimately shocked because of how everyone is acting in this situation, but, you know, time will tell. And that's really all I can have to say about that. But, you know, but, you know, February will be back to sort of quote-unquote normal and back to, you know, gaming stuff and gaming news and stuff. But, you know, we'll see what happens. And time will tell. And, you know, after that, it'll go very silent for a very long time with the recent news about E3 possibly being dead for good. But I don't know. You can't really believe everything. You have to sort of just wait for more information and wait to see what happens. And E3 isn't until the June-July time frame, and it's only February, so a lot can happen between now and then. So we'll see what happens, but at least February will be a bit more active. So that's all I really got. I don't know what else may or may not happen. We'll see, obviously. I'm getting close to finishing Tales of Xillia. I might do something a bit different for once, and since I haven't really been streaming games, and I probably still won't be for a while, although even when I do finally, hopefully, do that again, I might still do this, and that's where I maybe put out a video where I give my full and final thoughts on the game. I might do that for all the games that I play, and I don't care when they came out, obviously, just to sort of do something, I guess, but we'll see in terms of that. I'm thinking about it at least, but for now, February should be a bit, I don't know, busier, more exciting, I don't know, however you want to put it, I guess, but yeah, hopefully it'll be a bit more exciting than last month, that's for sure, so that's all I got for you. Just know that this is obviously incorrect now at this point. I mean, it could still be confirmed true tomorrow, but I doubt it extremely. And of course, the Nintendo Direct stuff and Digimon Con and Pokemon Day. So February will be a bit more busier. I may cover some of these things that end up happening. I may not. Depends on how much time I have and how much my job decides to annoy me and overwhelm me, but we'll see what happens at the end of the day. But that's all I got for you for now. Maybe you'll get another video from me this upcoming weekend or sometime the following week, since, you know, the Super Bowl is this weekend as well, so this upcoming weekend. So whenever I have time, I may make a quick video saying what happened at Digimon Con 2023, if I feel like it, of course, or if anything of major importance happened and was announced. But until then, that's all I got for you for now. But yeah, February's here. Hopefully it'll be a bit more busier, a bit more exciting. It's always nice to have something to look forward to, because, I haven't had anything to look forward to recently for the last couple months, that's for sure. So we'll see what happens at the end of the day, but you know, time will tell, and just hope for the best, expect the worst, and that's all there is to it, I suppose. But at least things are a bit more interesting right now. So until next time, or until I decide what I'm gonna do next, this is MegaChamp saying next time I'll be providing you with more unlimited guidance. Who made this? Like, seriously. I mean, never mind. I can't help but laugh at this. Bye.